Protect your vision, protect your future. Let me tell you something. Your future is too important to let the wrong people control it. Your dreams are too big to be held back by doubters, complainers, jealous ones, comfort zone advocates, manipulators, and dream killers. Because the truth is, not everyone is meant to go with you on this journey. Some people will doubt you because they never believed in themselves. Some will complain because they'd rather make excuses than make moves. Some will be jealous because your success reminds them of their own stagnation. Some will try to keep you comfortable because they're afraid of what real growth looks like. Some will manipulate you, using love as a leash to hold you back, and some will try to kill your dream before it even has a chance to live. But here's what they don't understand. You're unstoppable. You're not here to live an average life. You're not here to stay small, to settle, to play it safe. You have a purpose, a calling, a fire inside you that no one else can put out unless you let them. So starting today, make a decision. Protect your energy, protect your vision, protect your future. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who push you, who inspire you to be more. And for the ones who try to hold you back, love them from a distance, but never let them control your destiny. Because at the end of the day, your dream doesn't need their permission. Your success doesn't need their approval. Your future is in your hands. And if they don't believe in you, good. Let your success be the only answer they ever need. The doubters, let's talk about the doubters, the people who don't believe in your dreams, your abilities, or your vision. And here's the thing, they don't always mean harm. Sometimes they're the people who love you the most, your parents, your siblings, your closest friends. But love doesn't always come with understanding. You ever tell someone about a dream, something you're passionate about, and instead of excitement, you get hesitation? Are you sure that's a good idea? That's a tough industry. What if it doesn't work out? They don't shut you down outright, but they plant that little seed of doubt in your mind. And at first, it's just a whisper. But over time, that whisper grows louder. See, doubters aren't always negative people. They're often just people who never took risks themselves. They see the world through the lens of their own fears, their own failures. Maybe they once had a dream and gave up. Maybe they tried and got burned. Maybe they were told they weren't good enough, and now they've accepted that as reality. And when they see you chasing something bigger, something they never dared to, it challenges their entire mindset. And if you're not careful, their fears become your fears. Their hesitation becomes your hesitation. You start second guessing yourself. Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I should wait. And let me tell you, that kind of thinking is a slow poison. It doesn't kill your dream overnight, but little by little, it drains the life out of it. One day you wake up and that thing you were so excited about, it's now just a thought in the back of your mind collecting dust. So how do you deal with doubters? You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to prove anything to them. Just understand this. They are speaking from their own limitations, not yours. They don't know your potential. They don't know the fire inside you. And most importantly, they don't have to believe in you. You have to believe in yourself. Think about every great person who ever achieved something incredible. At some point, someone told them it wasn't possible, that they weren't good enough, that they were dreaming too big. And what did they do? They kept going. They proved the doubters wrong. Not with words, but with action. And that's what you have to do, because at the end of the day, it's not about whether they believe in you. It's about whether you believe in you. The complainers, let me tell you something. Nothing will drain your energy faster than being around complainers. These people have a problem for every solution. No matter what happens, they find a way to focus on the negative. And if you're not careful, their mindset will start rubbing off on you. You ever notice how some people love to talk about what's wrong, but they never actually do anything to change it? The system is rigged. Nothing ever works out for people like us. Life is unfair. And listen, maybe some of that is true. Maybe the odds are stacked against you. Maybe life is harder than it should be. But here's the difference between successful people and complainers. Successful people see obstacles and figure out how to move past them. Complainers see obstacles and use them as an excuse to stay stuck. And the worst part, they don't just keep themselves stuck. They try to pull you down with them. You start a new business, they tell you all the reasons it won't work. You decide to go back to school, they remind you how expensive it is. You want to improve yourself, and suddenly they act like you're wasting your time. It's not that they hate you, It's that your progress makes them uncomfortable. See, as long as you stay at their level, they don't have to face the fact that they're not doing anything with their own lives. But the moment you start moving forward, it forces them to look in the mirror. And instead of making changes, they'd rather keep you from making any. And the thing about negativity is, it's contagious. Spend enough time around complainers and you start complaining too. You start seeing problems instead of possibility. You start focusing on everything that's wrong instead of everything that could go right, and before you know it, you're stuck just like them. So how do you handle complainers? First, stop engaging in their negativity. When they start complaining, don't add to it. Don't feed the conversation. Redirect it. Change the subject. And if they refuse to focus on solutions, start limiting your time with them. I don't care if they're your best friend, your cousin, or someone you've known your whole life. If their mindset is poisoning your progress, you have to protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, your energy is your responsibility. And if you let complainers control the conversation, they will keep you from ever seeing the possibilities right in front of you. The jealous ones, it doesn't always show itself outright. It doesn't always come with harsh words or open sabotage. No, jealousy is often disguised as backhanded compliments, subtle discouragement, or silence when you expect support. And sometimes the people who are jealous of you are the ones closest to you. Your own family, your childhood friends, the people you thought would always have your back. You ever share good news with someone expecting them to celebrate with you, but instead you get a forced smile, a half-hearted, that's cool, or maybe even an awkward change of subject? That's jealousy. It's when people see your growth, your success, and instead of feeling inspired, they feel threatened. They start thinking, why them? Why not me? And it doesn't stop there. Some of them will try to downplay your success. Oh, you got lucky. I could have done that too if I had the same opportunities. It's not that impressive. Others will go even further. They'll start subtly planting seeds of doubt. Are you sure this is sustainable? I heard most people fail at this. Maybe you should slow down a little. See, jealousy doesn't always attack you directly. It works in whispers, in little jabs, in quiet discouragement. And here's the tricky part. These people aren't always your enemies. Sometimes they're people you genuinely care about. You grew up with them, you shared memories with them, and deep down you want them to be happy for you. But their own insecurities won't let them. They see your progress as a reminder of what they haven't done. And instead of being inspired, they feel resentful. So what do? First, recognize that their jealousy is not your problem. Their feelings are their responsibility, not yours. You don't have to dim your light just to make them comfortable. You don't have to shrink yourself to protect their ego. You worked for your success. You earned your growth. You don't owe them an apology for becoming the person you were meant to be. But you do need to be mindful, because jealous people can be dangerous. They can undermine you. They can spread doubt. They can create tension where there was once trust. So if you start noticing that someone is more focused on tearing you down than lifting you up, it might be time to distance yourself. At the end of the day, the people who truly care about you will celebrate your success, not resent it. And the ones who can't handle your growth, that's their battle, not yours. Keep moving forward, keep growing, and never ever apologize for winning. The comfort zone advocates, let me tell you something. Comfort is the enemy of progress. And some of the most well-meaning people in your life will try to keep you comfortable when what you really need is to be challenged. These are the comfort zone advocates, the ones who don't want you to take risks, the ones who encourage you to stay where it's safe. And most of the time, they're not trying to hurt you. They love you. They think they're protecting you. But what they don't realize is that their idea of safety is actually keeping you from becoming the person you were meant to be. You ever share a big goal with someone, and instead of excitement, they tell you to slow down? Why are you working so hard? You should just be happy with what you have. Not everything has to be about success. See, these people believe that stability is the ultimate goal. They've convinced themselves that as long as you have enough, you shouldn't want more. And if you're not careful, that mentality will trap you in a life that's just okay, not great, not fulfilling, just okay. And listen, there's nothing wrong with being grateful for what you have. But gratitude and complacency are not the same thing. You can be grateful for where you are while still striving for more. You can appreciate your present while building your future. But comfort zone advocates don't see it that way. They think ambition is dangerous. They think chasing your dreams is reckless, and instead of pushing you forward, they'll try to convince you to settle. You should play it safe. That sounds risky. What if you fail? I'll tell you something. Failure is not the enemy. Stagnation is. Staying in the same place, doing the same things, living the same routine while years pass you by, that is far more dangerous than taking a risk. Because if you never stepped outside your comfort zone, you'll never know what you're truly capable of. And here's the real danger of these people. They make settling sound reasonable. They make it sound responsible. Just stay where it's comfortable. Why struggle when you don't have to? And if you listen to them long enough, you start believing them. You start convincing yourself that maybe you should slow down. Maybe you are being unrealistic. And before you know it, your dream starts fading into the background. So how do you handle them? You don't have to argue with them. You don't have to prove them wrong. You just have to recognize that their mindset is not your mindset. They may choose comfort, but you are choosing growth. They may choose security, but you are choosing to chase something greater. At the end of the day, you were not born to play small. You were not meant to live a life where the only goal is to stay comfortable. So when someone tries to keep you in your comfort zone, remind yourself, nothing great ever came from playing it safe. Take the risk, do the work, step into the unknown. Because the people who stay comfortable, they might feel safe, but they'll never know what it feels like to truly live. The manipulators. Now, this one is tricky because manipulators don't come at you like enemies. They don't attack you with doubt or jealousy. No, they use something far more powerful, guilt. And the worst part, they disguise it as love. See, manipulators aren't always bad people. They can be your parents, your siblings, your best friends, people you love, people you trust. And that's what makes them so dangerous. Because when someone you love tells you that your success is hurting them, it makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe, you're being selfish for wanting more. You don't spend time with us anymore. You've changed. You think you're better than us now. You ever hear words like that? It's not just a statement, it's a trap. They want you to feel bad for growing. They want you to feel like your progress is pulling you away from them. And maybe you start to believe it. Maybe you start thinking, am I neglecting my family? Am I forgetting where I came from? But let's be clear. Growth does not mean betrayal. Wanting more for yourself does not mean you love them any less. Success does not mean you have to abandon the people who raised you, who stood by you, who were part of your journey. But manipulators don't see it that way because they're not thinking about your happiness. They're thinking about their comfort. See, some people are afraid of being left behind, and instead of growing with you, they try to hold you back. They want you to stay the same because if you change, if you rise, if you elevate, then they're forced to look at their own lives. And they might not like what they see. And so they use guilt. They make you feel bad for chasing your dreams. They act like your ambition is a burden. And if you let them, they will keep you small just to keep themselves comfortable. So what do? First, understand that you do not owe anyone an explanation for wanting more. You do not have to justify your ambition. You do not have to apologize for success. And most importantly, you do not have to carry someone else's insecurities. Now, does this mean you cut off your family? No, it means you set boundaries. It means you recognize when someone is trying to hold you back and you refuse to let it happen. It means you learn to say, I love you, but I will not stop chasing my dreams just to make you comfortable. Because at the end of the day, your life is yours. Your journey is yours. And the people who truly love you, they will never ask you to shrink just so they can feel bigger. They will never ask you to dim your light just so they can feel less insecure. So when manipulators try to guilt you into staying small, remember this. You are not responsible for their fears. You are not responsible for their comfort. You are responsible for one thing and one thing only. Becoming the person you were meant to be. The dream killers. Now these people, they are the most dangerous of all. The dream killers. The ones who don't just doubt you, don't just complain, don't just manipulate. They actively try to tear your dreams apart. And the scariest part, they might not even realize they're doing it. See, dream killers aren't just negative, they're realistic. That's their favorite word. I'm just being realistic. I'm just trying to protect you from disappointment. I don't want you to waste your time. They act like they're giving you wisdom when all they're really doing is feeding you fear. You want to start your own business? You know how many businesses fail? You want to be an artist? That's not a real career. You want to follow your passion? Be serious. And if you're not strong, if you don't already believe in yourself, these words will get inside your head, because the truth is, they don't sound like haters. They sound logical. They sound like they know what they're talking about. And before you know it, you start questioning yourself. What if they're right? What if I am dreaming too big? Let me tell you something. Every great success started as an unrealistic dream. Every world-changing idea sounded crazy at first. Every breakthrough, every innovation, every legend was once just a person who refused to listen to dream killers. Because realists don't change the world, visionaries do. And here's the thing. You can't convince a dream killer to see your vision. You can't make them believe in what they've never seen, because they only believe in things that already exist. And your dream is something new. It's something they can't see yet. It's something only you can bring to life. So what do? You stop looking for validation from people who don't have vision. You stop explaining your dream to people who only see limits. You stop expecting support from people who have never chased anything bigger than what was handed to them. Because at the end of the day, a dream killer only has power if you let them in. But if you believe in your dream more than they believe in their doubts, if you stay focused, stay disciplined, and refuse to let their words shake you, one day the same people who doubted you will be the